we help to convince Germany that our target is Greece.
Ahead of the screening at Chichester Cinema at New Park of the new film Operation Mincemeat, starring Colin Firth, the cinema's education team will be taking a dive into the murky waters of wartime deception, with films covering attempts to trick the enemy through often ridiculous schemes to lead them up the garden path, plus the use of double agents and other forms of subterfuge. Hoodwinking your enemies goes way back, just think about the Trojan horse. But Rosemary and I will be concentrating on the 2 world wars in our talk, which will cover fictional films, as well as true, or loosely true, cases.
Operation Mincemeat was a stranger-than-fiction plan that was outrageous in its concept, while its preparation and implementation were meticulous. The original idea came from James Bond author Ian Fleming, and it was to plant documents on a dead body for the enemy to find. Finding a body was just the first step in an extraordinary tale of deception and misdirection.
You might think that finding a dead body in the middle of the Second World War would be pretty easy. In fact, finding the right sort of body would prove extremely tricky.
The most suitable sort of body would be somebody who'd perhaps drowned or who had died an accidental death, had the sort of injuries that would be in keeping with an aircraft that had ditched and then somebody had been injured and then drowned or succumbed to their injuries when in the water.
In the talk, I shall be putting Operation Mincemeat into historical perspective and discussing the people behind this extraordinary plan to fool the Nazis. I shall look at the details of the operation, but only up to a point. There will be no spoilers. Documentary footage and readings will help us set the scene for Operation Mincemeat. Plus, we shall use clips from The Man Who Never Was, an earlier telling of the same story.
Why whalebound? For 2 reasons, sir. First, there are strong inshore currents and a prevailing onshore wind which will almost certainly carry the body ashore. Second, one of the sharpest German agents in Spain operates in that district. But the beauty of the whole scheme, sir, is that it involves only one man, and therefore might be possible in the ridiculously short time allowed us. May I have your views, sir?
In over 30 years of intelligence work, I've never heard of anything like it.
Neither have the Germans.
It's the most outrageous, disgusting, preposterous, not to say barbaric idea. But work out full details and be on hand at the War Cabinet offices at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
You'll need a code name. You can have Jumbo, Trader, Wigwam, Mincemeat, Jubilee.
With your permission, sir. Mincemeat.
2 fictional films that fit the brief stand out. 1939's The Spy in Black and Where Eagles Dare almost 30 years later. The Spy in Black was the first collaboration between Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger and starred Conrad Veidt as a First World War submarine captain sent to the Orkneys to attack the British fleet at Scapa Flow. Again, I can promise there will be no spoilers.
So, Sie sind Fräulein Thiel?
Yes, Captain Hart. From now on, please speak in English.
And eat in English?
Make a start.
Thank you. How did you get onto the island?
At a Murelock and a fake passport.
The gift of speaking English like a native,
I shouldn't get very far without it. I'm a new school teacher.
School teacher.
My name is Anne Burnett. Please call me by that in future.
Anne Burnett.
Are you mad? Wearing that uniform here?
If I am to be shot, it will be as an officer, not as a spy.
Being a civilian, I've no such defenses.
I beg your pardon.
Where Eagles Dare, with Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood, was from the pen of Alistair MacLean, and the twists and turns made a huge impression on me as a 12-year-old, and it still stands up today. The less you know about the plot, the better.
Fences can be cut or climbed, Lieutenant.
I doubt if that one can be climbed. It's probably got around 3,000 volts running through it.
If I'm not mistaken, Major, that's an army barracks over there.
No mistake, Lieutenant. This is the headquarters of the Wehrmacht Alpine Corps.
Oh, swell. If you got any other surprises, I think I ought to know about them.
I thought you knew, Lieutenant. Why do you think we're not dressed as German sailors? Training troops come and go all the time. What are 6 new faces among 600 new faces?
Look, Major, this is primarily a British operation. I'm an American. I don't even know why the hell I'm here.
Lieutenant, you're here because you're an American.
Where'd you come from?
Germany?
Where in Germany?
Hamburg. Pension Klopstock. Klopstockstrasse.
Who gave you instructions to come to America?
Colonel Strassen?
Of the films based on truth, The House on 92nd Street, 1945, has the FBI tracking and tricking German agents in the USA. Henry Hathaway directs, with a cast including Lloyd Nolan and Leo G. Carroll.
Whom did you contact in Lisbon?
No one.
You're sure of that?
I had strict orders not to contact anybody.
When'd you get here?
I don't see why I have to answer all these questions. Didn't you show them my credentials?
Yeah. We seen him. Maybe he doesn't want to tell us when he got here.
Is that right, Mr. Dietrich?
I have no authority
You got off of the boat at 10:17 this morning. You left the pier at 10:50. You took a cab to the Martinique Hotel at 32nd and Broad. You checked in and stayed there until 12:30. Then you took a bus to 42nd Street in Times Square and walked to the Silver Dollar at 46th Street and had a cup of Java. Then you come here.
Why didn't you come right here? Why did you go to a hotel?
Well, I wanted to take a bath, and then Well, it looks like you know all about me.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on knowing.
I Was Monty's Double actually stars the man who fooled the Nazis into thinking General Montgomery was somewhere he wasn't and helping to confuse German intelligence. M.E. Clifton James is joined by John Mills and Cecil Parker.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. It isn't that I don't think I can imitate his voice and mannerisms. They're more or less tricks. I can get them all right. It's the actual personality.
Well, that'll come too.
I don't know that it will. It's one thing getting up on the stage for a couple of minutes, but I've watched him close too, seen the effect he has on people.
You're a professional actor. You learn to do it just like any other part.
Well, if you can handle Charlie's hump, Monty will be a cakewalk.
I know I can look like him, but that isn't enough. I've never commanded, not even a platoon, let alone an army.
There's no question of your actually commanding.
But it's got to be there, inside, the ability to, don't you see?
Now listen, James. I would never have asked you to do this job if I hadn't complete confidence in you as an actor. So, stop worrying.
I'd like to do it. I'd like to play Hamlet at the Old Vic, but it doesn't mean I'd be any good.
The story of the former safecracker Eddie Chapman is told in 1966's Triple Cross. Christopher Plummer plays Chapman as he leads the Allies and Nazis on a merry dance. Romy Schneider and Gert Fröber are also in the film.
Achtung! Leg an! Fire!
Shot while attempting to escape. But why a Jersey newspaper?
For circulation in England, to those who matter. As an added precaution, your little friend was released, Colette something. If, as we think, she's in the resistance, they will pass that back as well.
Yeah, but the date.
It is tomorrow's date.
Your new name is Franz Graumann. Private second class in the German army.
Franz who?
Graumann. Remember it.
Graumann. Lovely.
More recently, Black Book is set in the Dutch resistance. Paul Verhoeven's 2006 film sees Carice van Houten's Rachel Stein infiltrating the Gestapo headquarters as a secretary and much more.
Ja, jij hebt die Münze ontmoet in de trein, toch?
Haar keuken is gesloten.
En hij vond je nogal aardig.
Aardig? Je schoft viel als een blok voor haar.
Ach, overdrijf niet zo. Hij liet me zijn postzegels zien. Hij spaart Wilhelmina.
Nee, de gaarkeuken wordt gesloten.
Hoe ver zou je met hem gaan?
Hoe ver? U bedoelt met hem naar bed?
Nou, dat is wel een beetje grof gezegd.
Ik hou van duidelijk. Bedoelt u dat?
Hoe ver zou je gaan? Voor Tim en de anderen.
Zover als die Münze zelf wil. Ja?
That leads us back to The Man Who Never Was from 1956, and the first telling of the Operation Mincemeat story.
What are you doing? It's got to look as though it's been in his pocket for several days.
Clifton Webb plays Ewan Montague, the part now played by Colin Firth.
Well, what say we start with the easy part and find ourselves a corpse?
The Operation Bamboozle talk will be on Saturday the 23rd of April 2022 in the auditorium at Chichester Cinema at New Park, Chichester, West Sussex, at 10:30 a.m. Further details of the talk and the planned screenings of the new Operation Mincemeat film can be found on the cinema website at www.chichestercinema.org or from the booking office at the cinema. We hope to see you there on Saturday the 23rd of April.